Traditional vacuums are now behind us. The most useful, fastest, and preferred new vacuums are cordless vacuums. The effect of cordless vacuums is increasing day by day due to their ease of use and the importance of speed today. So which cordless vacuum? Let's examine. If you're looking for next-generation smarts at a not-too-painful price tag, the Shark Detect Pro is the best cordless vacuum cleaner right now. It packs an impressive amount of power with 3 suction modes, including one that'll detect how dirty your floor is and adjust itself automatically. The Shark Detect Pro is mostly a wonder. Sure, it isn't quite as powerful as some corded models, but performance remains stellar for the cordless form factor. Detect mode will sense how dirty the floor is and adjust suction accordingly, and despite a low number of included tools, it can be adapted to suit a range of situations, including as a handheld LED headlights help you spot dirt in dingy areas, and the ability to flex the pole so the vac will lie essentially flat is useful for getting under furniture. The floor head with a single self-cleaning brush roll features a strip of LED lights to illuminate any mess in the path of the cleaner. The stem is lightweight but large enough for decent-sized debris to pass through unencumbered. Plus, it also easily clips and unclips into the floor head, and handheld disassembling the vacuum takes just a press of a few buttons. The handheld itself is the brains of the operation to convey this fully a sizable LED display, as well as the 2 control buttons, one for power and one for mode, cover the top of it. This display is bordered by a ring of color that changes with the soil level. The performance of the Shark Detect Pro cordless is pretty impressive for an untethered stick vacuum. If you're hoping for suction comparable to that of the most robust corded vacuum cleaners out there, then sadly cordless models aren't quite there yet. But that's the price you pay for the convenience of cordless. Having tested this model right after the Shark Stratos corded ultralight, it was obvious to see that the Detect Pro cordless needed an extra pass to clean up extra dirty areas compared to the Stratos, not to mention the fact that it didn't perform as well sucking up debris with the backward pass. The 60 minutes that the Shark Detect Pro cordless can muster is fairly impressive, although it isn't quite out of this world, and of course that's 60 minutes in eco mode. When using the vacuum in detect mode, for instance, the LED display was showing a single bar of battery life after about 20 minutes. If you have a big area to clean, you might have to do it in shifts if it's particularly dirty. It features a handle to not only hold the Shark Detect Pro cordless for easy grab-and-go use, but to charge it as well. I found it did a wonderful job of keeping the vacuum charged and accessible. Without the base, you'll actually have to find a place to plug in the vacuum each time. The Dyson V15 Detect is a powerful tech-packed cordless cleaner from perhaps most innovative vacuum brand in the world. The V15 and the V15 Detect Absolute, which is the same vacuum in a different color, is able to sense the amount and size of particles. It's sucking up and adjust power in response. It'll even give you a real-time summary of this information via the LCD screen on the main body of the vacuum. It's not quite perfect. It's a little heavy, and especially so in handheld mode. It's also frustrating that it switches on via a trigger, which needs to be continually depressed, rather than the one push button found on other Dyson vacuums. The jury's also out on whether the features like the laser illumination and real-time dust reports are genuinely useful once the initial novelty factor has worn off. True to Dyson aesthetics, the V15 Detect is a beautiful machine to look at. Under the hood, the motor has been upgraded from its predecessors and was improved again for its successor and generates 230 air watts of suction power. Other than that, it looks similar to the other modern V-range vacuums comprising the motor cyclone array and dust canister in an inline arrangement. We might have preferred a bigger dustbin on this model, but it's just the standard 0.2 gallon 75L canister that's used in the Cyclone Vi-10. Even though there are 3 power modes, the V15 Detect is just fine at its lowest setting. To see how it coped with different types of debris, our testers sprinkled fine dust biscuit crumbs and cereal separately on both carpet and hard floor. We found that even in eco mode, it sucked everything up with just one slow pass. It also did a pretty good job on a hair-entwined carpet in eco mode. Additionally, when using the digital motor bar head, the suction changes reactively when surfaces change, increasing automatically when it senses a rug or carpet. On the lowest powered Eco setting, Dyson claims the battery will last up to 60 minutes. That's the same as the V11, although because the suction power has been improved over that model, you should be able to clean more efficiently with the newer V15. On test, the claims were accurate. One of our review models managed a respectable 59 minutes, and the other clocked up nearly 61 minutes. The Samsung Jet 85 PET is the best vacuum cleaner for hard floors. It feels light in the hand and is comfortable to use with good maneuverability and excellent pickup power on hard floors. There are 4 suction modes, and you'll get a decent 44 minutes of cleaning time on the lowest of these. If you really need to break out the big guns, you can unleash the Jet mode. This vacuum gets its name from, but our tester found that perhaps a little too powerful. The Samsung Jet 85 PET is available in 2 configurations. There's the PET-specific model I'm reviewing here, which comes with a single motorized brush head for both hard floors and carpet. Alternatively, there's the complete variant, which comes with 2 main motorized brush heads, one for hard floors, the other for carpet. When it comes to overall design, the Samsung Jet 85 PET can't compete with the likes of Roidme, Tenneco, and Dyson, all of which consistently push the boat out with their shiny, colorful, high-quality plastics and attractive sci-fi style infotainment interfaces. When it comes to using a stick vacuum on carpet, it's more about brush design and airflow than outright suction power. In fact, the more power applied to the brush head on carpet, the harder it is to push the vacuum, any vac in fact, and you can forget about using anything higher than the lowest setting when on deep pile, because no vacuum cleaner with a motorized brush can handle that without the brush grinding to a halt. Consequently, on medium pile carpet, the Samsung Jet 85 was competent enough, but not a patch on either the Gen 5 or AirRam 2 when it came to sheer lifting power. Nevertheless, using its sole motorized brush roller, the Samsung did well in our biscuit crumbs and flour test on medium pile carpet when used in min mode. It's very tempting to give the Dyson V12 Detect Slim top marks, but its dustbin is too small when compared to its other V-series siblings, other than that. And despite having comparatively lesser suction power than the V15, Detect the V12 is still pretty powerful, capable of matching the V10's performance. It also comes with all the best features of the V15 without costing as much. So for anyone looking for a new Dyson without having to pay top dollar, then the V12 Detect Slim is a good alternative. There's hardly any other compromises with the V12 Detect Slim. It ships with its own version of the amazing new hair screw tool, a masterpiece of engineering capable of sucking hair and fur, even slim cables, if you're not too careful of any length without tangles, and you get the digital display of everything that's being sucked up thanks to the piezo sensor. Dyson hasn't veered from its design aesthetic in forever, so the V12 Detect Slim looks very much like the rest, except for a large red button on the barrel of the handheld unit. This is the power button that replaces the trigger we've seen in all the other V-series hand sticks. For those who've used any other Dyson stick vacuum, you'll know that the trigger needs to be constantly pressed when using the appliance and can cause wrist fatigue or pain, particularly when trying to maneuver the vacuum in different directions. There's no denying the V15 Detect is the most powerful Dyson hand stick yet, but if you happen to live in a home with mostly hard floors and you're lusting after the laser slim, fluffy cleaning head, you won't regret getting the V12 Detect Slim. When it comes to suction power, even the lowest setting, called Eco, is more than enough for general cleaning. There are 2 more higher power settings available, but you will be eating into the limited 60-minute battery life, especially when using the motorized cleaning heads. During our testing, we found that the Eco mode did a good job on carpets, although if it's a particularly hairy task, it takes a few back and fro movements to get it all off. On hard floors, though, no job is too hard, as both the Laser Slim Fluffy or the high torque attachments suck up anything in their path easily enough on the lowest suction mode. There are no compromises when it comes to battery life. Dyson seems to have used the same battery capacity on the V12 as it has on the V11 and V15 models, with a maximum runtime of 60 minutes, and it's fade-free. So if the appliance has run out of juice, it just stops with no change in suction whatsoever. However, you get the full 60 minutes only when using the Eco mode with a non-motorized attachment, with the high-torque cleaning head. For example, We got about 46 minutes of power on the eco mode, but the full hour when the combination tool was attached. On the auto mode, we got a maximum of 40 minutes of fade-free power, while the boost mode gave us no more than 20 minutes with the Laser Slim Fluffy.